interwebs who love miniatures. I am Doc Eon. Today is Monday, the 18th of September, 2023, and I am here to ramble. I'm going to ramble on about these miniatures I painted. They seem to be some sort of... They don't look like they have medical licenses, but they're seemingly doctors. Okay, enough joking. I know that these two guys on the end here and these two are various incarnations of Doctor Who. I've seen enough pictures on the web to realize who they are, even if I've never watched anything from those seasons myself. And from really old pictures, I already recognize this is K9, which was a companion of a really much older Doctor who is not among these models. The Tom Baker Doctor is not one of the sculpts. And this guy, who has a sword with some added sci-fi doodad to it and a gun. Presumably this is one of the Doctor's companions. I don't know his name or who or where and when or what, but, you know, I don't have that much nerd cred and I don't want to get it. There's like these TV shows that have run forever and have hundreds of seasons. I'm not going to plow through them. But anyway, these are fun sculpts, fun models in and of themselves. That's why I got them, not because they were a reference to something. His coat is a bit glossy still here, but I guess you could... the matte varnish didn't quite take, but you can justify that as being a leather coat. A little bit shiny, maybe. And not just a cloth trench coat. And I think they all turned out pretty decently. So, yeah, let's move on to work in progress. Here on the work table we have what remains of this here set from Heresy Miniatures. There's 4 dudes. Well, no, 3 dudes and 1 lady, if you want to be exact. And they've been started. They've got a ways to go, but I think I can finish them by next week. They're not that difficult. Some of them have fiddly detail. This guy has a lot of belts under his coat with different pouches on it. So I'll have to figure out a way to make these little details pop and be distinct from each other. But otherwise, no real challenges. So yeah, but there's more in the works. Let's look at that. Well, here's the current state of the snake people. They've been cleaned, as in that I've scraped off mole lines and filed down rough spots and the like, and then washed them with some washing up liquid and water. And once they're dry, they're mostly dry now. There's probably a little bit of water in the deeper recesses. I'll base them and prime them and so forth. I need to assemble this guy. This guy has some moving parts. The champion. He has a head in 2 halves here, and he's got back scabbards. He's carrying some extra weapons on like this on his back. Totally unrealistic, but you know, this is fantasy. So the other ones are all single piece models, so they just need to be stuck on bases and have some basing material applied before I prime them. And then we will slap some paint on these suckers. Now this week's inventory is a little unusual because it's a complete game. Yes, this was a skirmish game from a small European company that I backed on Kickstarter, and I got the rule book for Nemesis, as it's called, and 2 complete faction box sets. One of these contains 20 minis and the other 25. I forget which is which. But we have the No Vivos, or Not Alive faction, which are mostly undead, and the Culto de los Mil Rostros, or the Thousand Faces cult, which are, I don't know, they seem to be Earth cultists of some sort. Maybe shapechangers? The Thousand Faces thing? At one point I tried to sell these I had got no takers. Every other miniature collection that I've tried to sell, I have found a buyer for, but I couldn't find a buyer for these. Maybe because I was asking too much. I didn't want... it's quite a lot of minis. I didn't want to let them go too cheaply. But, you know, since nobody wants them, maybe they'll just stick around in my closet until one day I have nothing else left to paint. And I'll finally paint these. Don't hold your breath, though. Now for new projects, I have this box, which is just random leftover Reaper minis that I haven't used for anything else. So it's a very, very mixed bag. So we have this samurai and an elf wizard, I believe, and then some sort of rogue female with dual swords, and then we have a sort of modern day dude with dual pistols. We have this superhero named Zenith, which for some reason I have an extra copy of. I don't know, this might be some sort of mistake. It's a running guy, so he's probably a speedster. And finally, one of the Sophie models. This was for ReaperCon 2021, the Shipwreck Sophie. They probably had some sort of nautical or pirate theme that year for ReaperCon. And yeah, she's got a cutlass and a sort of, I don't know, not really a trident. It's a spear with a lamp hanging off it and a crossbar. Really odd. But anyway, why not just prep all these and see what I can make of them? See if any of them inspire me to do something creative. I have no clear idea yet. We'll just make it up as we go along, which is, you know, how I live most of my life. Anyway, that was this episode. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up. Please share, subscribe, comment, and, you know, all that usual YouTube stuff. And I will see you here again a week from now. Same day of the week, same channel, same Doc Ian. Who's signing off?